Elimination Chamber 2023. The 2023 Elimination Chamber, known as No Escape in Germany, is the upcoming 13th Elimination Chamber professional wrestling pay-per-view (PPV) and live streaming event produced by WWE. It will be held for wrestlers from the promotion's Raw and SmackDown brand divisions. The event will take place on Saturday, February 18, 2023, at the Bell Centre in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. This marks the first Elimination Chamber event to be held in Canada and the second to take place outside of the United States. After the 2022 event, this also marks the first major WWE event to be held in Montreal since Breaking Point in September 2009. It will also be the first Elimination Chamber to be live-streamed on Foxtel's channel Binge in Australia pay-per-view and live-streaming event. Elimination Chamber chronological event is set to be held at Bell Centre in Montreal, Quebec's. Elimination Chamber is a gimmick event first produced by the American promotion WWE in 2010. It has been held every year since, except in 2016, generally in February. The concept of the event is that one or two main event matches are contested inside the Elimination Chamber, either with championships or future opportunities at championships at stake. Announced on October 24, 2022, the 13th Elimination Chamber event is scheduled to take place on Saturday, February 18, 2023, at the Bell Centre in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. This marks the first Elimination Chamber event to be held in Canada and the second to be held outside of the United States, after the 2022 event, which was held in Saudi Arabia. This also marks the first major WWE event to be held in Montreal since Breaking Point in September 2009. The event will air on pay-per-view worldwide and will be available to live stream on Peacock in the United States and the WWE Network in international markets. It will also be the first Elimination Chamber to live stream on Binge in Australia after the Australian version of the WWE Network merged under Foxtel's channel Binge in January. The event will feature wrestlers from the Raw and SmackDown brands. It was also announced that the February 17 episode of Friday Night SmackDown would air live from the same venue. Premium hospitality packages went on sale on October 28 before general public tickets became available on November 9, 2011, and since 2013, the show has been promoted as No Escape in Germany, as it was feared that the name Elimination Chamber may remind people of the gas chambers used during the Holocaust. Elimination Chamber will include matches that result from scripted storylines, where wrestlers portray heroes, villains, or less distinguishable characters in scripted events that build tension and culminate in a wrestling match or series of matches. Results are predetermined by writers on the Raw and SmackDown brands, while storylines are produced on weekly television shows, Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. In January 30, it was announced that Austin Theory would defend the United States Championship inside the Elimination Chamber, marking the first time for the title to be contended in the match. Qualifying matches began on that night's episode of Raw, with Seth freakin' Rollins, Johnny Gargano, and Bronson Reed earning their spots in the match by defeating Chad Gable, Baron Corbin, and Dolph Ziggler, respectively. The last two qualifying matches will take place on the following week's episode, with Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford facing Damian Priest and Elias, respectively, in the January 30 episode of Raw. WWE official Adam Pearce announced that due to the Women's Royal Rumble match winner choosing to challenge for the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania 39, Bianca Belair's challenger for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania would be determined by an Elimination Chamber match consisting of wrestlers from both Raw and SmackDown. The first qualifiers were confirmed as the four runner-ups in the Women's Royal Rumble match: Asuka and Nikki Cross from Raw, and Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez from SmackDown. The fifth spot will be decided on the following week's episode in a fatal four-way match between Candice LeRae, Michy Niam, Piper Niven, and the returning Carmella. Matches.